Welcome to Flight Africa Television. I am Patricia Bebia Mawa. For 70 years, an airline in Africa has continued to display excellence in aviation. It was exciting a few years ago when they decided to fly directly from Toronto to Africa. I've actually flown the airline a few times and I had a pretty great time. On today's program, we have the country manager of Ethiopian Airlines with us. I'm talking about Birhan Abate. Hey Birhan, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations, 70 years.
Yes, we did it, 70 years of dedicated service.
Amazing. I must say that Ethiopian Airlines is one of the prides of Africa. Like, if you look at Africa, there's one thing that makes us proud, and that's the way the airline has, excelled. As an African, whenever I fly the airline, I just look at it and I go, wow, this compares with any other airline in the world. Tell me a little bit about what has made the airline so successful over the years.
What has made the airline successful for the last 70 years is several factors that make the airline to be very successful. The first and the main one is the airline has uniquely dedicated and committed employees and management. The employees and the management of Ethiopian Airlines, they are highly committed and dedicated for the growth development of their airline. They are not there for a normal employer-employee relationship. They are not there to work like 8 to 5. So we are there to make sure the airline is shining in the world and also to be competitive, profitable airline.
It's the first airline to fly, straight from Toronto to Africa. Tell me, how has it been doing so far?
Operation in Toronto is one of the strategic implementation of Ethiopian Airlines Vision 2025. So Ethiopian Airlines is expanding its routes in North America and also here in Canada, Toronto. We have opened these flights back in July 2012, and when we started, we had 2 flights per week. Now we have 3 flights per week. The flights directly to Africa, so the business is growing, the traffic is coming, so we are doing great for the last nearly 4 years.
That's amazing, and I like flying Ethiopian Airlines because there are many unique things about it. The crew, they look amazing in their traditional, Ethiopian outfit.
Yeah.
Really love that. And the food,
Yeah.
I love the injera.
All right, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So how's the response been to the African cuisine that you serve in the airline? I know that's one of the attractions. I know I've spoken to a few people that have flown the airline and they tell me about the food. Yeah,
it's really magnificent because what we are offering to our customers is that we are offering African flavored Ethiopian hospitality. Ethiopians, they are well known to serve. Now we make it to follow the industry standard. So with professional service, with Ethiopian cuisine, we are getting a very interesting and very motivating response from our customers every time.
Oh, that's great. I know Ethiopian Airlines is also part of the Star Alliance. What does it mean to be part of the Star Alliance?
You see, Star Alliance is one of the biggest alliances of airlines, so that we become the part of this alliance back in December 2011. Then it helps for our passengers to make their travel seamless, hassle-free in nearly 193 countries. So it means a lot for us to be part of the Star Alliance member, and also it adds significant value to our passengers because they can pass from one Star Alliance member to another in a hassle-free situation.
There's something I saw in the news the other day that got me really excited as a woman. Ethiopian Airlines decided to have an all-female crew, the pilot, the crew members, everyone was a woman. Tell me about the significance of that. Why did Ethiopian Airlines decide to have this all-women crew flight?
This is because we have committed to empowering women for sustainable development, so that we need women to take part in all activities of the country and also of the airline. That's why we want to empower, we want to give equal opportunity for women.
That was really amazing. I kind of liked the whole idea and the message it sends, especially to young women, to let them know that they can dream to become anything. So I must commend the airline for that. Now we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about 70 years of excellence in aviation. So don't go away.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.
Afro Global Television is a global super channel that transforms the destiny of people of African descent through programming that informs, empowers, entertains, and uplifts. The mission of Afro Global is to showcase the best of Africa and the diaspora.
Watch Afro Global Television on Channel 2472 on Bell 5 and Channel 708 on Rogers Cable.
Hey, you won't believe how beautiful this is. There's just no words to describe it. Listen to your advice, and I've been walking all day. There's no other way to get to know a new city. I've discovered new places and met fascinating people. Love to follow my instincts. No plans, no directions. I'm back home now. I can't wait to see you.
Ethiopian Airlines, the new spirit of Africa. Airlines member.
We still have Birhan Abate with us, and right now I'd like to speak to him about the 70th anniversary of Ethiopian Airlines. Now, Birhan, tell me, what are some of the events or, things you plan to do this year just to celebrate the 70th anniversary?
We have dedicated this 2016 the whole year for celebrating 70 years of anniversary of Ethiopian Airlines, because we have been serving this industry, our customers, for those 70 years with passion. So we want to celebrate this year, the whole year, in several events, several programs, telling the world that we have served in the airline business for the last 70 years, from 1946 up to 2016. So we are conducting several things celebrating our 70 years of anniversary. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ethiopian Airlines 70 years of anniversary here in Toronto, Canada. It's great to have you all here together with us. We really thank you, your presence here. And we really thank Radonic Rogers. With their help, we can make this event very colorful. And also, we are putting all efforts in place to make Ethiopian Airlines become well known in Canada. The connectivity, if you look at the connectivity from Canadian airports to Africa, it's Ethiopian Airlines which will take you in a shortest possible time to get to, I can say, any of African cities in less than 24 hours. Dedication has brought us this far, 70 years. Passion will take us further another 70 years.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.
To soar above the clouds is every child's dream. At Ethiopian Airlines, we welcome you to experience the magic of flight in our Cloud 9 cabin. With our award-winning cabin service on board our spacious and relaxing 787 Dreamliners.
The flights to Africa directly from places like the United States, Canada, and other countries in the world is, I think, helping not just business but tourism to Africa. What have you to say about that?
The flight from Canada to Africa, direct flight, it means a lot for business, it means a lot for tourism also, because it's a direct flight. One can get there in 12 hours, one can get there at the center of Africa. So it's a direct flight, plus it gives a shorter flying time. One can live in Canada, let's say early in the morning, then next day morning, because of the time difference. One can get in Addis Ababa early in the morning, then to continue any of African points within hours, within 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Then by midday of next day, our passengers are, you can say, they are at their home. So it keeps the travel time hassle-free, shorter, and it's a direct flight.
And you can say welcome to Ethiopia. How do you say that in the language again, in Amharic? Say welcome to Ethiopia.
እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ።
እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, I can speak Amharic.
Yeah.
Now, I know when people travel, it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
And I know Ethiopian Airlines was the first airline in the whole of Africa to purchase a Dreamliner, which, I must say, it's just pure luxury. Tell me a little bit about the Dreamliner and why Ethiopian Airlines decided to get the aircrafts.
Yeah, you see, this Dreamliner 787 aircraft, we call it's a game changer aircraft because the aircraft is designed in a way to create comfort, and it gives you a very convenient travel. When you get at your destination, you don't feel tired. Plus, the 60% less noise than other similar aircrafts. And also it has wider space. You have wider view through the window. So Ethiopian Airlines has acquired that aircraft in 2012, and it's the second airline in the world to acquire and operate this aircraft.
Oh, that's amazing. I like the windows because if you just want to keep the sun away, just press a button. You don't have to push anything.
Yes, exactly.
And the leg space is really amazing.
Exactly.
Right. A lot of people know that Ethiopian Airlines, has all these flights around the world from Africa, but many people do not know that there's also a very strong, powerful aviation school that people from all over the world actually, go to Ethiopia to actually get certified to fly and do other things in the aviation industry. Tell me a little bit about that.
The Ethiopian Airlines Aviation Academy, it's we can say it's a bedrock for Ethiopian Airlines because that's where we train our employees. That's where we develop our employees so that they will get the basics of the aviation, the airline business. Then they come out to the business, to the work. Then it helps us to develop our pilots, our cabin crew, our maintenance people, our marketing people. Then we train them, we make them competent enough to serve in the business. And this aviation academy is serving not only for Ethiopian Airlines but also for fellow African countries. So it has been there since 1956, and as of now it has a capacity of accepting 1,300 trainees per year. By the year 2025, we'll expect this aviation academy to be able to accept 4,000 trainees at a time. So that we are developing this academy, and we are claiming that it has all facilities, all requirements that an airline can have, because we do have around 20 pilot training aircraft. We have all types of aircraft simulators. We have all types of facilities for the cabin crew training, and also for the commercial trainees. We have all the setup, in terms of infrastructure, plus also in terms of competencies to give the lesson to the trainees.
Planet Africa Television will be right back.
Afro Global Television is a global super channel that transforms the destiny of people of African descent through programming that informs, empowers, entertains, and uplifts. The mission of Afro Global is to showcase the best of Africa and the diaspora.
Watch Afro Global Television on Channel 2472 on Bell 5 and Channel 708 on Rogers Cable.
Welcome back. We still have Birhan Abate, the country manager of Ethiopian Airlines, with us. Now, Birhan, I'd like to speak to you a little bit about the history of Ethiopian Airlines and the facilitation of movement for African heads of states, because I know when a lot of the countries got their independence, they didn't have presidential jets, and I know Ethiopian Airlines helped a lot of those countries, especially with the headquarters of the African Union being in Ethiopia. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Ethiopian Airlines has helped Africans a lot, because back in 1960s, most of African countries, they were under colony. Then at that time, they need to get together to discuss how they can get their independence. Then at that time, it was only Ethiopian Airlines who was flying east-west, north-south within Africa, so that it makes Africa leaders to come together and to discuss how they can get their independence. Then after that, when presidentials, when they need aircraft, like we can say presidentials from some of Central African countries, Ethiopian gives them the service what they need, taking them where they want to go and bringing them where they want to come. So it has helped for the socio-economic development of Africa for the last 70 years.
Well, that's great. It's been said that everything rises and falls in leadership, and I do know that Ethiopian Airlines has a very strong leader. We honored him here in Toronto a few years ago with the Planet Africa Award. And I know Tewalde started as an air, control transport person, yes, and rose through the ranks to become CEO. Tell me a little bit about how his leadership has helped the airline to flourish.
Yes, of course. Mr. Mariam, he's the CEO of Ethiopian Airlines since 2011. Even before he has been the CEO, he was at the position of CCO, we call it Chief Commercial Officer. He is a strong leader. He contributes significantly for the growth of the airline. Since his childhood, he has been contributing for the airline a lot. And also with the rest of the team of the management, and also with his leadership, he is changing the airline to be one of the dependable airlines in the world, especially in Africa.
Thank you so much, Birhan, for being here. It was a pleasure having you, and I'd like to wish Ethiopian Airlines happy 70th, and I'm sure we will be wishing Ethiopian Airlines happy 100, 150.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I wish the airline the very best, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Okay, that's my pleasure. I thank you also. Thank you very much.